So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Just listen to that noise, this place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, delightful ball. And he's found a way past. Decent chance! Oh, the ball's... Oh, what has happened here?
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Vinicius Junior tries to play it through.
Here's a guy that qualifies as one of the best defensive midfielders to ever play the game.
Patrick Vieira, the pillar of strength.
Yeah, aggression, hard tackling, they're the foundations of his game. But he can turn defence into attack very quickly and show his terrific athleticism and real power.
Probing pass. He has a look up. He's cut it out. Martinelli. Could move up a gear here. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Reinders. And it's Hullet. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Vinicius Junior going face-to-face with his great rival. There's the shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, they can break here. Driving on and making good progress. Now it's Barella. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. Barella showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Martinelli. Can he get on the end of this? Martinelli. He's picked his way through.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
And here's Thuram.
Thuram really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
And here's Mbappe. Mbappe will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. 15 minutes till half-time. Oh, Sujan, surely! Goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Vietnam have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
DiMarco having a look. This the perfect chance to extend the advantage. And it's Gravenberg. And he gets rid in a hurry. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Reinders. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Spain clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And here's Vinicius Junior, Martinelli. Great vision. Deep cross. Cross deflected behind for a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Vinicius Junior with the short one. That could have... And a chance! Mbappe gets it clear. Now it's Hullet. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. And it's Soboslai. And there's his chance to lead the counter. He's shifting through the gears here. And that was very necessary. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. It's a throw-in. De Bruyne. Gravenberg. And we hit half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Vietnam happy to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out, see if you can open them up a bit more.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Konate cuts out the pass. Reinders has got himself a free kick.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
Barella. And it's Gravenberg. Thuram. He won't be happy with that one. Out to the right.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. And he passes it long. That's an imaginative pass. De Bruyne in acres of space out wide. Vieira can see things others simply cannot. Vietnam are ahead here by what is still the only goal. Just about up to the hour now. Hullet touches it back. Looking for options for movement. Always played. And the finish!
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical. They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And it's Hullet. Oh, that's superb. Vinicius Junior! Decent enough try. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Nicely weighted ball. Real chance! Goal! There seemed no way back, but they are level. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Cambio de jugadores en España. El dorsal
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
El dorsal
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
El dorsal 5.
Alarm is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Vietnam do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Yeah, and I think if you're looking for change in a tight game like this, Peter, it's all about getting the timing right.
Diaz. McAllister. Out towards the flank. Plays it in low. That is claimed by the keeper.
Spain really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Osimhen.
This is the time you need that pace.
Gets a good foot in there. Bellingham. To Lahm. Now it's Bellingham. Mbappe. Goal! Spain! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Cambio de jugadores en España. El dorsal 16.
Spain have turned to their bench and we're going to have a substitution. Spain get themselves into the lead.
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them hold themselves right back into it. Now, can they hang on?
Osimhen being hunted in packs.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Vietnam must do something here and very quickly.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Reinders. That's the keeper's ball.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Konate gets across to intercept that. Pedri puts his foot on the gas. Mbappe. Diaz. And he's forced to go back. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's at the end. Vietnam can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to kill. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Up he goes! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Mendes promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's Lam. Threads one in, and he's picked it up out wide. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Can he latch on to this? Oh, what a climb! And it's a goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
Certain, searing and imperious.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Vietnam are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Schmeichel sends that a long way. De Bruyne. Now it's Thuram. Nicked it back promptly. And he welcomes it in. Big chance! They've scored! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Spain are doing very nicely, thank you.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Lam is looking to influence the game from out wide. De Bruyne. De Bruyne! Oh, taken with style! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing. This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Szoboszlai.
Vietnam are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Gravenberg puts his foot on the gas.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And here's De Bruyne. There's the shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And it's Gravenberg. Now it's Thuram. Takes a shot! It's hit the upright. Vinicius Junior. He's on it, can he get away? Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Nuno Mendes. He's shifting through the gears here. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Reinders. Played over towards the opposite flank. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Lovely pass, but can he get there? Tries to pass it through. Vinicius Junior has it in a wide position.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
The referee's awarded a free kick. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. De Bruyne does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Lahm is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. And he cuts out the supply. Lahm has created one goal already. Gullit looks to get on the end of this. De Bruyne. To Barella. And it's De Bruyne. Gravenberg. Diaz. So what can they make of this?
Un minuto de descuento.
Gravenberg. And that interception was most necessary. Diaz. Szoboszlai. Nice interception, well timed. And it's half-time here. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
And we are back on the way.
Vietnam can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Osimhen. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Such good technique.
And here's Thuram. Well, momentarily the situation was perilous, but his alertness has saved the day.
If you were looking at the shopping list of what you need...
Shoots! Koundé attempts a clearance. Vinicius Junior. It's a good foot in there. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Really nicely worked opportunity, that. Some lovely exchanges.
Bellingham really did pass up on a good opportunity then, but some of the build-up play was absolutely majestic.
Mendes receives it in a good position here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Looking for options for movement. Big header! That's another chance! Really well taken goal. They are right back in business.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
This has become one superb game of football.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Spain have it back and can go again. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Osimhen, Konate deals with that comfortably. Lam. Spain looking to pass their way through. Great vision. Nicely weighted ball. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Timber spots it and intercepts. And it's De Bruyne. That's a shade optimistic. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And here's Osimhen. Vieira.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And it's Lam.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Played into space. Good ball over the top. And they've got rid. And that's been won straight back. Barella. Osimhen. Looking for the run. Great chance! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Oh, unlucky. There's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
He's in a great position here. Looks across and plays it in. Koundé is there, and he can get that clear. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Konate promptly onto that, and that is that. Oh, they could be caught out here. Ball's gone out of play.
Cambio de jugadores en España. El dorsal 21, el dorsal 13, el dorsal 20, el dorsal 5,
Nuno Mendes.
el dorsal 4, el dorsal
Pulisic.
16. Lam.
It's Potw.
Serán sustituidos por...
They've got to be quick
el
moving this
dorsal
forward.
23, el dorsal
Osimhen.
45, el dorsal
Yeah,
10,
can see
el
things
dorsal
others
11,
simply
el
cannot.
dorsal 8, el
Palmer.
dorsal 12.
Now
Cambio
it's
de
Petri.
jugadores.
Petri. Oh, it's a great ball here. And it's Timber. And he skips past his man.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Could move up a gear here. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
90 minutes up, and we will be back for extra time.
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
So a short respite for the players as they prepare themselves for another 30 minutes.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
No winner in 90, 30 more to come. And that's put paid to a promising move. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Koundé makes the interception. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. He has found a way through. Drilled in low. And claimed it back swiftly. Martinelli. Can he spark a counter here? Martinelli takes a look up. He's got away. Timber has it out wide and in space. Oh, well played.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And here's Mbappe. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Mendes gets good distance on it. Koundé. Aimed beyond the defence. Quality ball. Vieira. That's it for the first period of extra time. Well, both teams have run themselves into the ground out there. Does anyone have one last moment of magic in them? Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? They have played themselves to a near standstill. What is left in the tank now? Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Can he get it through? Pass is just off target. McAllister. Bellingham. Konate. Spain finding their passes. Martinelli. Palmer takes control of it and he's on the move. Palmer. There he goes, motoring forward. Delivers. Oh, terrific header! Yes, he's done it! And that has raised the roof! It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Vietnam take the lead.
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to give up is brilliant.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Martinelli knocks it into space, skims one in. Van Dijk attempts a clearance.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Martinelli. And it's Vieira. And we're done. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Thrilling, nail-biting, perhaps frustrating until the very end, but we do have a winner.
Well, I just think that determination and persistence has paid off.
Hello and welcome one and all, the atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening, the skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game, everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Summerslide! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, we all know who created the concept of total football, but is it fair to say, Jim, that no one embodied it better on the pitch than this man, Ruud Gullit?
That is true, definitely. He has the pace, the power, the technique to play anywhere across the front line, but he also has the intelligence, the vision to play in a more withdrawn playmaking role, or even in defence. He could fill in and cover for any position as required, and he had the intelligence to be able to put it all together.
He really does have it all. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Gravenberg. Spain do have a chance to counter here. Szoboszlai. And here's Mbappe. He's on it, can he get... And a chance! Goal! There is the breakthrough! He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Engages and forces him off the ball. More and more pressure on the ball here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Chance, surely! Vieira can see things others simply cannot. He's played it back. Spain look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Matías Cunha. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And it's Szoboszlai. DiMarco. That is a great pick out. Lahm deals with that comfortably. Reinders. Here's Matías Cunha. No, it's come to nothing. Diaz. Lahm is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Now, can they get him away? It's loose now and they want to get it back. Could move up a gear here. Now it's Barella. It's a good foot in there. Diaz, looking to play him in. He's in space and looking for options. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Can he get on the end of this? Reinders. Big chance! And yes, it's there! Spain are all square. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days. All part of a forward's duties.
Reinders cuts out the pass. Szoboszlai does really well to win the ball there. Koundé. Vieira. Lahm. Aims beyond the defence. He's tried one!
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
And he's intervened well there. Diaz. And it's Lahm. And that's really well manoeuvred. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And that is out of play. And he's in on goal! Shot at goal! Goal! Spain! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Piercing and with pinpoint. Referee's had a look and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. So we reached the halfway point.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
So we're just settling back into this second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And that is as far as they're going to go. He's being urged to shoot. Oh, cracking ball. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Matias Cunha. Vieira. Vinicius Junior. And it's Lam. Diaz. And he's managed to get free. Chance to deliver. And who's got the final touch there? Goal kick's been given. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Diaz. Looking for a runner. That looks a cracking ball. And the shot's on here.
That's a shame because it was such a good decision.
It's gone out for a throw-in. Now it's Hullet. Matias Cunha. And it's Reinders. And he welcomes it in. Van Dijk can get it clear. Good ball, good take. Here comes another cross. And he's taking no chances there.
Right here, right now, it's not looking favourable. They're chasing the ball and the game.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
He won't be happy with that one. And here's Diaz. He has found the way through. Here comes the corner.
Cambio de jugadores en España.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
El dorsal 22, el dorsal 4, el dorsal 5. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 23, el dorsal
Not pretty, but it gets the job
el
done.
dorsal 10, el dorsal 8.
Good read,
el
needed to
dorsal
be.
11. Se va a realizar un
And
cambio
now
de
they can
jugadores.
spring out of defence. Vietnam have it back and can go again. Koundé. Vietnam do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Well, you can only assume that the manager's got those substitutions on his mind.
Bellingham. To Martinelli. McAllister is onto this. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off.
Vietnam really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Opts for safety. Koundé. McAllister. Foot in. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one.
Cambio de jugadores en España. El dorsal
So, time for
16,
changes on
Lam.
both sides, actually.
será sustituido por el dorsal 12. Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Pedri. Osimhen being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Shot could be on. Hakimi just loves to go forward whenever he can. Now this could be a chance. Pedri. And it's Palmer. 5 minutes left on the clock. Knocks it into space. Now there's a fine ball. There's no flag. And he's there to get it away. Palmer.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And now they can clear their lines. And that is as far as it goes. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum, they lost intensity, they lost their lead, and ultimately they lost the game. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?